I thought cold plunging was for sissies before, or like for losers. Turns out it's pretty damn good. Talking about the health stack, I think I'd be remiss not to talk about my health, because if you don't take care of your health, especially playing the game of entrepreneurship, you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage. You know, the reason I want to live longer is just I want to feel healthy, right? So I don't want to worry about that one thing, because what they say is when you don't have your health, that's the one thing that you worry about. Usually someone that's healthy is worrying about, you know, hundreds or thousands of different things. You know, you want to be healthy so you can bring your best self to whatever it is that you do. And I don't understand how people are unhealthy. I know, given, you know, let's say 1% of people have a chronic condition, but other people that are unhealthy, that's largely self-inflicted. And I just don't understand how people can allow that to happen. Oh, you're not too busy. Like, everyone can make time for something that's important, right? So I just find that, you know, the more you can run towards suffering in the morning, the better. And I know NVIDIA CEO likes to talk about how he wishes suffering upon everyone, because that's how great character is built. You wake up early before the sun gets up, you're fighting, right? You get to the gym, you're fighting. You hit the sauna, you hit the cold plunge, you're fighting. You're working early in the morning, you're fighting, right? You're sleeping early, you're fighting. You're fighting for good things, though. Whereas, you know, if you're sleeping late, drinking alcohol, doing drugs, watching TV all night, you might be feeling short-term pleasure, but it's actually long-term pain. You take care of your health, you take care of your mind, and everything else will fall into place. That's what I believe. So that's what it is. I'm gonna hit this VO2 max, maybe give you a behind-the-scenes shot of it, maybe try to get a note from my trainer on it, and we'll see you soon. Billy, what were we just doing?
Oh, really just staring at the pool and meditating on life and what our purpose is. Actually, we're doing the sauna and the cold plunge. Yeah.
The cold plunge is over there. You guys can see that in the background. How much is that cold plunge?
The cost, like $5K.
What do you think the temperature was?
I think it was around 45.
45.
Yeah.
And we were in the sauna. I was in for 21 minutes. You're in for?
Yeah, probably about 25 minutes.
And what's the good thing about the sauna?
The sauna's got a lot of detoxifying benefits. It's also good for just longevity. There's a lot of studies that link sauna to a longer health span. And then with the cold plunge, it's going to increase your metabolism and also energize you as well. A couple of the benefits.
There you have it. Yeah, this is Entrepreneur Wellness. That's going to be the title of this episode. So this is combining. This episode's going to have the VO2 max. It's going to have all the things.
Oh yeah, all the good stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you more about it later, but this is just a little segment. All right, Billy, explain what the hell you're doing here.
Making some of the first of its kind Youth RX. This is the challenge, all the supplements, right? Is we always have like this pile of supplements, okay?
Yeah.
So who wants to take all this all day?
Making fun of my supplements.
Well, I have a lot too, so I'm making fun of both of us. So what I wanted to do was basically put all of this stuff, specifically for longevity, into one mix. So I've got 20 different ingredients in this thing I'm calling Youth RX. So the daily longevity mix. You take 1 scoop of powder, which I've just done for you, and I've mixed it with water. And this is like our beta sample. So you're gonna taste this and see how you like it.
Oh wow, it's actually pretty good. I thought it was gonna taste like shit. It's actually pretty good. Wow.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like orange juice.
Okay.
Yeah, it tastes pretty good. The main thing is I see creatine, there's glycine, I take that every day. There is L-theanine, which I take every day. And you said the spermidine is good for your sperm?
No, it's actually good for collagen production.
Okay, collagen production. Okay, why is it called spermidine
The
then?
name's misleading, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Someone wanted to have fun with the naming of it. And also it's got calcium alpha ketoglutarate in there, as long as like D3 and K2, some other daily vitamins. You need B vitamin to mix all this fun stuff. So the idea is I want to get feedback. So if people are interested, they need to message me and check out getyouthRx.com, because we're doing like our soft launch to get initial feedback on the product and see if this is something that people really benefit from.
All right, guys, so tell you what, we're gonna do a get ready with me video here of me making a smoothie. And I'm also gonna tell you what I put into my smoothies in the morning. There's a lot of good stuff in here. First things first, I think I'll start with the VO2 max test that I did. My score, it was a 54. So at my age, again, mid-30s, 54 is, anything above 53 is considered elite. And the thing is, I thought I had more to give, right? Because my mask was loose as I was running, so I had to hold the mask up. And I guess from like an aerodynamic standpoint, when I'm holding my mask up like this and I'm running and I'm like worried about it, I'm not going to go all out. So I actually stopped a minute earlier or so. So the benefit of the VO2 max test, and you should definitely look this up. Dr. Peter Attia likes to talk about this a lot. The VO2 max test is one of the best indicators of how healthy you are at your age.
That VO2 max is the single greatest predictor of lifespan of any measurable number we have is quite remarkable.
If you have like a top 1% VO2 max, for example, that means you decrease your all-cause mortality, I believe by maybe 50%, 40-50% or so. It could be a little higher than that.
If you compare the bottom 25% to the top 2.5%, you're talking about 5x, 400% difference in all-cause mortality.
And so I started my journey with the VO2 max test earlier this year, and I'll give you some tips on it, on what I did exactly, because I think everybody here wants to live a little longer. So first things first, I go to my gym, I ask them if they have a VO2 max test. The first time I did it, I was kind of disappointed because I consider myself decently active, and I was surprised to see that my VO2 max test was only 45. And 45 at my age, which is mid-30s right now, it's above average, which is like top 25 percentile. But I'm like, man, I'm better than that. And then so I retested maybe 3 months later, and the score was 49, which is pretty good. I think that's considered above average or so. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm above average too. By the way, there's a lot of blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries in here. So the test I was taking was a 20-minute VO2 max test walk. And when you're doing a test, you put this mask on, right? They're really testing your heart rate. They're testing how well you're breathing. Again, how much oxygen you're intaking. That's really what they're testing for, right? And so again, I advise you look this stuff up. I'm not a doctor or anything. I just listen to these doctors, and whatever sounds good to me, I just go ahead and do it. Then I kept working out. I'm like, okay, I'm really gonna work on my VO2 max test because I want to live longer. Why do I want to live longer? I think the why is also very important. Well, because I want to be able to perform my duties well. I want to be able to bring my best self. What I've been doing every week is I do about 100 to 120 minutes of zone 2 cardio. And by the way, this is coconut butter over here. We do a teaspoon of that, and then we have this sunflower seed butter as well. So, okay, I do 100 to 120 minutes of zone 2, and for me, that's really just walking at a 3 mile per hour pace, 12% incline, and I do that for about 20 to 25 minutes per session, right?
LinkedIn ads are great, but let me give you the bad news first. The bad news is that you can't personalize the ads and you can't scale out the ads as quickly. The good news is if you're in the B2B space, you're doing account-based marketing, we have a solution for you called Carrot. That's Karrot. And the good news is that you can create a lot of these campaigns with the click of a button. You can personalize the ads, and there's a whole host of new things that are coming. If you want to get on the wait list, just go to carrot.ai. Again, it's carrot.ai, and we'll see you on the other side.
And then each week, I try to get about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes of zone 5. So zone 5 is like you're all out, right? You're expending all your energy. So for me, I have my Peloton bike over there. I don't think you can really see it, but it's in the corner over there. But what I do with that is I ride. On Mondays, I do a hit and hills ride, right? So that's like you're climbing and you're also doing a high intensity interval training. Tuesday, I just do a zone 2 ride. So Tuesday is really my rest day, right? So every day I'm trying to move. I'm trying to get a lot of steps in. Wednesday, zone 3, I do a Norwegian 4x4. And what that means is 4 minutes, you're going really hard 4 times, right? And you might do like a 3-minute rest in between. And those are really hard. That's like, I'm exhausted by the end of that. And those days I always feel really good, right? And then I lift, from Thursdays to Fridays, I go to the gym for that. And then I'm walking to the office almost every day, right? And that gives me probably an additional 8,000 steps or so just walking around. And by the way, this is my plant protein over here. I have my whey protein over there, but it just doesn't taste as good as the plant protein. So I do 2 scoops of creatine. So this is 10 grams of creatine. It's good for brain health, good for muscle growth, right? The big takeaway for you here, it took a long time for us to get here, but here we are. So I retested this week. The VO2 max test, I did it running. And if you're gonna do it running, it obviously makes sense that you would score a lot higher, right? Because you're really, that's when you're going all out. Like you're truly going all out. This is collagen over here, good for your bones, good for your skin, right? This is good. This is like broccoli sprouts, like basically powder, moringa powder over here. This is good for heart health, good for fighting off cancer. A lot of things are good for fighting off cancer, I guess. So anyway, I'm happy to announce that I guess the VO2 max is a 54. I think because I had more to give, I think I'm probably around, I wanna say 56 to 58 or so. But we'll test later next year. So I was like pretty disappointed. I almost wanted to retest. I told them, and they're gracious enough to let me retest. But then when they showed me the score, they're like, we probably don't think you need to retest for a while. One of my friends who runs marathons, I think he's at like a 60 plus, and then he thinks that my VO2 max score is BS. But when they put a mask on and they test all these things and you have like a backpack on yourself, then I think it's pretty legit. I forgot to mention, so glycine over here, this is good for, it's like an amino acid, helps you relax. And then prebiotic fiber. Fiber is always good for, you need to drop a deuce, right? That's that. I wanted to give you an update on that piece. So, okay, and again, it's like, why do you need to do this? Why do you need to do all this stuff? Because I want to be healthy. I walked into a sauna with my friend yesterday. You saw it with Billy, and there's 2 other guys in there. And the first thing they said was like, how is it that 2 random guys walk in and they're fit, right? And then they're like, how is it that we're so fat? Literally, they said that. And one guy said he was in the army before. I was like, what did you do in the army before? Okay, I was really active. Didn't eat as much. Okay, well, there you go. I think for 99% of people that are, overweight or obese, I think it's controllable. It's on you at the end of the day to bring your best self, and if you're not, then ultimately it's on you. And when you can't bring your best self to your family, you can't bring your best self to your work, you can't help yourself, then what happens is a downward spiral occurs. Things get worse and worse. You start to feel depressed, you start to feel unhappy. I think it just compounds into everything else, right? It bleeds into everything else. When you're healthy, you feel like you're on top of the world, you're unbeatable, you're unstoppable, right? I think part of the game of entrepreneurship is staying as healthy as you can. And when you look at someone that's healthy, they earned that. They worked for that, right? It's really a badge of honor, and that's what I can say about that.
All right, so I wanted to take a second to tell you about my ad agency, Single Grain. We're a performance digital marketing agency, and we focus primarily on working with B2B companies and e-commerce. So performance marketing, that's SEO, that's paid media, that's CRO, that's ad creative. And there are a whole host of other things that we're doing with AI. That's really cool. You can go to singlegrain.com to learn more. Again, it's singlegrain.com to learn more, and we'll see you on the other side.
Okay, so here's the result. It's a nice little purple smoothie, and then I might just drink it in front of you. And it's delicious. So instead of me, by the way, buying a smoothie out there that may be paying $16 or $20, I just have this. I got the protein, I don't got the microplastics in there, I got the 2 scoops of creatine, I got all this other stuff, I got the collagen, I got the blueberries, antioxidants, right? Good for fighting cancer, good for fighting illness. I might go through my supplement stack in another video. Pretty damn good. One other thing I'll say, so Billy and I did the sauna cold plunge. When you do that 3-4 times a week, you decrease your all-cause mortality. Your chances of onset dementia decreased as well. Makes you happier as well. You think about the Finnish people, they have saunas everywhere. They have saunas in government buildings too. Well, why are they so happy? That's got to be one of the reasons. Now, when you cold plunge, you sacrifice 4 minutes being in the cold there, but you get this endorphin high for 4 or 5 hours. And then here's the other thing. My sleep scores skyrocket. My heart rate goes down. My HRV goes up, right? And I just have a better life that way. And so to me, that's an unfair advantage. That's a drug. And if you look at everything has a trade-off, right? If you were to say, okay, I'm going to take a sleeping pill every night. Okay, there are trade-offs. There are some sleeping pills where if you stop taking them, it could be fatal for you. So you can choose to do it the natural way, or you can choose to do it, I guess, the unnatural way, using synthetic things like drugs, right? I guess this is what the entrepreneurial health stack looks like. There's supplements, there's blood work I do all the time. So I think a lot of this stuff is pretty exciting. It's almost like, in business, you optimize your business, you optimize, and then you also optimize your body too. I had a dinner with 3 of my high school friends a couple of days ago. One of them just had a baby, and he said it's so fun having a baby because I can optimize, I can decrease points, strength points, wisdom, and all that, right? It's everything's like playing a game. And this is how I look at it. The fact that I'm recording this right now, I'm playing the game. I'm figuring out, okay, YouTube favors new channels. YouTube likes these journey videos, right? And I'm enjoying making these. And it's not as hard for me to make versus having to think about content, because I just talk about what happens in my life. So let me know in the comments what else you'd like to hear from me, and if you're actually enjoying these, and share this around, because I think these journey videos, just this format's going to have a lot of potential. It's kind of like a TV show too. You can see how I'm advancing through life. You can see how the business is advancing. But I think this is a game that we're playing over here. You're getting something from it. I'm getting something from this too. This smoothie over here is a game, right? Business is a game. Your health is a game. So yeah, that being said, I'll catch you next time.
Here's the deal. I hope you enjoyed this vlog episode. This is called Founder Story. If you want me to continue to post these vlogs to this channel, type in a comment, say this channel, or if you want it to move over to the new channel, type in new channel. That way I can know whether we should just separate it or just continue to serve it here, right? That's all, and we'll see you later.